in the mists and shadows of a broken dream, in a mother's grave where hope doth gleam, where angels' tears fall blood red, and the dead find love and hope to wed. A cymbal may yet change the winds, as the puppet dances without its strings. Welcome, bwahaha, under this blood-red moon, to another episode of Curse of Strahd. With me, your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes, and joining me, my ever-present friends.
Ever-present.
That's
us.
I'm going to do like a zigzag pattern this week. We've got Rhiannon, Kim, Tom, Trot, and Katie. Bam, 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 bam. We're all ready to go.
It's a zigzag.
It is a
He's
zig.
He's zagging.
Look out.
And we are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. We've been playing through the Curse of Strahd module, modified with a few changes here and there. Just going to talk over Tom and Rhiannon while they're laughing. Last week was pretty intense. I got a little recap for you. But aside from that, no major notes this week, unless there's something I've forgotten. Anybody else?
Nope, you nailed it.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday.
Roll on
Happy
Thursday.
Thursday.
Let's not make that a thing. D&D on Hashtag Thursday.
Yeah, because that's definitely not used by another really popular
used by
D&D
anyone.
show.
Critical Role on Thursday. Hashtag, we'll use that. We'll steal that.
We'll use that one. That's a good one, Tom.
That's what I was
Hashtag Critical Role on Thursday.
Literally
Yoink.
a hashtag to promote another show.
No, what are you talking about? There's no other show. Oh, what other show could they be referring to?
There is only us.
Oh, Rhiannon's gone.
There
Rhiannon's
is
just
only us.
dying.
What a surprise.
Oh,
Rhiannon's
fuck.
dying of laughter.
She might actually be dead.
I think you made her inhale
Oh my
her
God.
coffee.
Yeah.
We'll just give her a minute. We'll give her a minute.
I think it's going to take longer than that.
I think it might take me the entire recap to do it.
Jesus
Christ.
Hey, actually, no.
I think her
couple of
eyeliner's
things to
going
talk
to be
about.
gone again.
It's gone. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's gonna be gone.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of
Oh, it's the
recaps-
actual worst. Getting watching.
Speaking of recaps, one thing to mention is if you'd like to have like a little boost at catching up to our main D&D show, Erois, on Sundays, Rhiannon has been doing the recaps, which are little kind of like 10-minute videos to catch you up to speed on the events going on in the Erois campaign. We've got Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 done, and then more is on the way. And I also saw that Rhiannon, and I don't know if it's for a recap or not, but Rhiannon's also made an Erois crime bingo card, which I thought was very funny. Which was good,
Oh,
good fun.
dear.
We've done them all.
Are we the best guys?
No.
Maybe
We'll
we'll
find out.
Stack them up.
So
Turns
many
out we've done a
crimes.
lot of bad stuff.
We've done a lot of
Yeah.
crimes.
Oh yeah,
Turns out we
as
were the
all
Brookstones.
D&D adventuring parties do. But
That's
that's
it.
for Erois. That's on Sundays. This is for Curse of Strahd. Let's go over what happened last week. Take it away. Last time on Curse of Strahd, the battle against Baba Saga raged on as the surviving party members attempted a desperate retreat, but found the witch difficult to escape. Fearing Tatiana would be taken, the party did all they could to escape the witch, but found themselves bloody, near death, and on the defensive. Till, as Baba Saga herself grew injured and weak, Dog's Body found himself alone with an opportunity. Tatiana, unconscious and at the witch's mercy, Dog's Body risked his life to deliver the final blow, and under the looming presence of a statue of Strahd, drove the blood spear down and killed Baba Saga, freeing everybody from the magic that had ensnared them or ensorcelled them, and now the party stand at a crossroads. With Jesper dead, and with the relic still to be found, the party need to decide what they will do next. And that, my friends, is where we begin.
Yeah.
You are
Level 8.
level 8. You did level up. You are currently all in the ruined village of Berez still, this kind of swamp-filled village ruin. It's really no more than a couple of dilapidated, collapsing houses and this mansion left. The inanimate form of Baba Saga's hut with the gem taken from it, just sort of seems to collapse down onto the floor. And I believe the Maya and Ismark rolled out of it, having crashed down to the floor. And now, yeah, you have a couple of were-ravens around you. The were-ravens seem to mainly be mourning over the body of one of their own fallen, Adrian's brother. And the rest of you are gathered up. And we'll just assume that everybody is all together.
Nice.
What's the plan?
Seeing that, well, definitely that all the danger is gone, Dog's body will take a deep breath and come out of hybrid form, thus ending his need to feed. Yeah, and just take a few haggard breaths, look around. Rose, are you alright? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. But we need to get there's something in that hut that Jesper knows about that I don't know what it is. Without, and I think Rose will just sort of at that point just go quite quiet because it's like it's just hit her again that Jesper isn't there and she has no idea what she's doing and this is an entirely new group of people in comparison to who she originally came to this land with, and yeah, I think she'll just probably focus on making sure that Irina is okay for now, because Irina was pretty.
She is unconscious, but she is stable. Yeah, she's bloodied. She has multiple deep wounds, but she is stable. She's not dying. She's breathing. But yeah, it's definitely in a rough way when you check on her. Cool. All right. Well, what is everyone else doing? Maya, what about you guys?
I mean, for me, Maya, personally, I guess knowing there's so much power emanating from this gem thing, the thing that we have been looking for, I guess I will head towards that and try and discover that, recover that, uncover that.
Yeah, I think Ismark is currently holding it, but next to him is the other Maya. The two of them, and it's the same stone that you've seen before. You've seen these two of these stones before from the Wizards of Wines. This is the same green seed-like gemstone that brought the land to life around the Wizard of Wines. It seems to match it. Ismark probably just doesn't even think. He just tosses it to one of the Mayas. He just basically throws it in your direction and then rushes to his sister's side. And yeah, when you guys, when the Maya touches it, there is this intense sense of life. Fresh earth, spring water, rain, sunlight. It just kind of, all of these things contained within the magic of the gemstone. It's nourishing to be around.
I'm going to hug around the other Maya as well, and just contain that power as best we can.
Two of you kind of just merge around it, or kind of like form around it, and just keep it close between the two of you. And yeah, just feed off of it. In that case, man. So Rose, Ismark comes rushing up to you. Is she alive? Is she all right?
She's fine. She's fine.
Thank God. Thank the Morning Lord. And you just see him kind of like put his head against her like arm and sort of get down on his knees and just kind of, is quiet for a moment, along with everyone else, it seems.
Right. Roll call. Me, Rose, Ismark, Irina, Crunchy Maya, Mulchy Maya, Were Ravens, 1, 2, 3, ooh, and Jesper. Where's Jesper?
Dog's body never saw him, did he?
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's no response. Dog's body.
Jesper's dead.
The fuck?
She killed him. In fact, she didn't kill him. She turned him into another abomination, and then I took care of that so that he could rest. But he's gone.
You can see Rose has got the sun sword. You can see that it's like in her palm still.
I'm sorry you had to do that, Rose. He was a good lad. But you did the right thing.
Well, I didn't get to do that for someone else that I cared for, so at least I had the opportunity this time. I don't
The
know
wind
what.
just picks up.
I don't know what is in this hut that is this relic that I don't know if it's the stone. I don't know if it's something else, but we should search for it and get out of here. It can't be safe. Anything around here. What?
I think the Wonder Twins over there have already got it.
Fantastic.
Just point
Ismark looks over. He's like, no, it wasn't. It was the same gemstone that the were-ravens had. The same green gemstone that Ziki took. I don't think it was what
Well,
Jesper was looking for.
that makes sense. I mean, if anyone's gonna want that, it's probably the creepy twins over there, and I feel like they'll take care of it, weirdly. So we should search for the rest of it and see what she has on her body as well. We need
Yes,
to
good
find
idea.
whatever Jesper was looking for, whatever he was leading us towards. We can't let his death. We can't let him die and not get it from this area.
Rose, you and Dog's Body go search. I will stay here with my sister. Maybe have the twins come with you. I believe the were-ravens they will want their gemstone back for their land. I hope that the Mire will give it to them. But maybe make sure that they accompany you for safety. But I can look after my sister for now. I feel not great, but I am fighting fit, so I can carry her if need be.
Okay.
Good. Right.
Let's-
On your feet, Rose. Come on.
Let's go.
Let's go. Keep moving. Keep
Yeah.
moving forward. Let's go. Keep busy.
Ismark just kind of pulls Irina up into his arms so he can kind of cradle her. He's sat down on the ground, but he's kind of holding her and cradling her so that if he needed to run, he could basically just carry her if need be. Maya, the were-ravens do eventually approach you after spending some time, it seems, burying one of their dead in the swamp itself. The were-ravens kind of come in your direction. Creatures of the land. The gemstone. It should belongs with the other two back at our winery.
Let's split and crack apart real quick.
Yeah.
Kind of pulling off pieces of fungus and insect husk as you do so.
Maybe a little bit of flesh too, you know. You know how it is.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the were-ravens don't seem to react to it, but there's, maybe they're a little bit disturbed, but they don't react to it.
You will return this to the land with the others?
Yes, of course. That is what my family and I have protected for generations. Babala Saga took it from us, but now we can return it to the others, and that the land around the winery will once again be as it should be.
Keep the land fresh and new and green, you will.
Of course. And if your intention is to save the land of Barovia, Strahd cannot be allowed to... Well, the madness of Strahd must come to an end. If Strahd is destroyed forever, perhaps one day this land can become the beautiful land that we are told it once was. And then Adrian just holds his big feathery hand out.
Yeah.
He's kind of got like these big feathery muscular arms, and he just holds it out, waiting for the gemstone.
The swamp witch evaded our grasp for too long, but now she returns to the mire. We will do the same for Strahd.
He must
Except he
return
won't,
to
because he'll
us.
turn to dust. You know.
Maybe. But yeah, do you guys hand
Yep,
over
hand
the
over.
seed? Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Adrian takes it. He kind of clutches it close. And he will then go approach Dog's Body and Rose, kind of like get you guys all gathered together. Friends, I know that you have also lost someone close to you, but I can only thank you for what you did for our children. I'm sorry that we could not arrive sooner to help save Jesper, but thank you, everything. You will always have a safe place, a safe haven at our home, and if you intend to march on Castle Ravenloft, and you need our help, it is yours. And all three of them just bow their heads quite deeply. We must return the seed back to our land and make sure that the rest of our family is safe. We're going to make sure that we try and take whatever precautions we can. Whatever you seek to find here, if you need to return to our home, and like I said, you are more than happy to stay as you need. But we must leave now.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
Of course.
I dare say that would have gone a lot worse without you, and I'm glad the kiddies are safe.
Yes. My brother will be remembered for everything, as will you all, as will Jesper. And with that, they just bow their heads, and then they look at each other. They just fly up into the air and begin making their way back towards their home, leaving you all in this kind of stinky, damp swamp with this ruined mansion, and now part of the mansion is being crushed by this giant tree-like hut on a pair of very grey-looking chicken legs, and the hut is now kind of on its side, smashed through an old wall to the side.
Hmm.
Well, let's start
Sorry.
searching.
Sure.
Anything that
if you-
seems magical, I guess. Just anything that seems useful to us. I'm sure she's got lots of weird things, potions and the like.
Well, when you guys begin making your way in, Maya didn't really get a chance to look in the last time because you were so quickly trying to grab the gemstone with Ismark. The hut is about 15 feet on each side, and it's packed, now mostly kind of destroyed or on its side, with old furniture. There's a wooden cot, a wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, an old wooden table, stool, barrel-topped chest, reinforced with brass bands. There's an iron tub stained with blood that now is on its side, with a small amount pooling out onto the wooden floorboards. Actually, a lot of the furnituring is actually bolted to the floor, so like things like the tub aren't on its side, it's upright, but now kind of attached to a wall rather than anything else. The cabinets all bolted down, so they haven't moved. The only thing that wasn't, which is now tipped over and broken, appears to be a wooden crib, inside of which there appears to be a bundle, like something was inside the crib.
So take anything that's not bolted down, is what you're saying.
Which would, at the moment, be a broken crib and this thing inside it. What do you guys want to check out? Yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of different things. There's a chest, a cabinet, a wardrobe, and then the bathtub. And this crib. Creepy crib.
Ravens as well? Because like the were-ravens mentioned that they heard ravens.
So there appear to be on the, not here, but maybe you might see some in the tops of the hut where it's pulled away from the tree. There are these cages, but have been busted open. And it looks like if you kind of look back towards the larger tree in the middle, you do see that there are kind of these tiny cages strung from the branches of the tree. And it looked like they were maybe being used to trap ravens inside them, but they're now all mostly free. But yeah.
Cool.
What do you want to check out?
I'll have a look at the crib. Sure.
Okay, so Maya's going to check out the crib. Other Maya?
Can I go look at the tub?
The tub? Okay. Dog's body, Rose?
Cabinet or wardrobe,
cupboard.
whatever dog's body's not looking.
Yeah. Likewise.
Okay, so yeah, for you guys, there's basically a wardrobe and a chest. Those are the only other things that are still kind of remaining of interest in the room.
I'll take the chest. I like chests.
All right, Dog's body, check out the
Cool
chest.
chest.
Rose, check out the wardrobe. All right, so the crib for Maya, Tom. The crib, when you look at it, is kind of a simple wooden crib. It looks old. Looks like it's been repaired, but it looks very, very, very old. The bundle inside, when you look at it, there's a moment where you kind of think it's a human child. You realize it's a doll. It's like a lifelike doll that bears a kind of resemblance to Strahd himself. Dark hair, piercing eyes. It's been molded with the same kind of sharp features, but like a child version. as if somebody had created a kind of baby doll of Strahd himself.
I have found one of you tiny humans. Would anyone like to cradle it?
No, definitely not. I don't
Yeah,
hear
so,
anything. Are you sure?
But basic
I?
biology lesson. Humans aren't made out of wood, and they generally have a heartbeat.
But I am, and I don't. Am I not
You're
human?
not human, though, are you?
You are
No.
the Mire.
We are the Maya.
Other Maya,
Other
whilst
Maya.
Maya is having this conversation about this doll that's been found, examining the bathtub, the blood has like seeped and is pooling out, but next to it you do see that there are kind of jugs, and the jugs, even from a distance, smell of rich, thick, irony blood, and it is clear that it has been used to bathe in blood. Like the rim of the bathtub is stained where it has been filled with blood and then bathed in, probably to a fairly regular schedule.
Sweet.
You don't really find anything else. It's just, looking around is just a bathtub used to bathe in blood, it seems. The wardrobe.
Good
Cool.
ritual, you know.
Sure.
The
It's one of my
wardrobe,
methods.
Rose, when you open that up, contains a number of... it's strange, looking at the clothes, there are clothes hung up here, and they vary. Some of them look like the clothes of an old woman. Some of them look like the clothes of a very plain dressed traveler, kind of cloaks and things like that. And then there are dresses. There are these elegant, sensual black dresses that maybe a young noblewoman might have once worn, but they're old and you can see that they are frayed at the edges, tattered. But they still hold up as a piece of formal wear, if you suppose. There are several pairs of shoes and boots. Like, this is a fairly well-kept wardrobe of somebody that took care of their appearance. There is actually a small box of jewelry that's got maybe about, several nice pieces of jewelry with different gemstones, probably worth about 500 gold if you kind of picked up all the jewelry itself. There is cosmetics. There's like, little powder what do you call them? Compacts and lipsticks and things like that, all arrayed in like a neat box. Clearly somebody who took care of themselves. And it does look recently used. Things like the jewelry, it looks like it's been recently examined. The cosmetics have been recently used. Dog's body, the chest, it's like I said, it's like a kind of barrel topped, so it's kind of got like a rounded topped chest with thick iron bands, and it does have like latches. You have to open it, like it you have to flip the latches and pop it open.
One will do such a task.
Okay, can you make a... What is
Here we
this?
Make a fireball save for me. Not a fireball, right?
Each creature in a 20-foot radius, which is all of you guys.
Woo!
Can everybody make a dexterity saving throw, please?
I might
As
have
Dog's
been
body
right.
pops open the chest, glowing runes, all written along the top of it, come and flare to life and explode in thunderous force.
19.
Nat 20, 23.
19. I guess this would be against her spell save DC, because she's the one who had made it. So, Babala Saga.
Hey, Ree, what did you roll there?
I got a 7.
All right, anybody who got lower than a 17 or lower, you're taking full damage. Everybody else is taking half.
Cool.
So
Oh.
half
Okay.
is 11 thunder damage or 22
Thunder.
damage. Mm-hmm.
Love it. I
Okay.
had 10 HP.
I'm
I
down.
had 10 HP.
Right. So you hear this cacophonic as Dog's body pops open the chest. This wave of force erupts out. Sends several of you flying back. Maya is thrown against the side of the hut and collapses down on the ground. Anybody else down? Is everybody else alive?
Still up.
I'm fine.
All right, so it's just so Remai goes down. We'll roll. I mean, I don't really want to roll initiative, but
I mean, I'm
because I'm
gonna heal.
assuming somebody's going to heal us straight away. So I'm
Yeah.
Are you just
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
15 healing back. Level 3
There you
spell.
go.
Thank you.
Cool.
Just as an interest, roll a d20 for me, please, Ree. Just a
Yeah.
straight d20 for a death save. Okay, yeah, you would have been fine.
Ah,
Just in case there was a 1. It's just like, oh, fuck me.
I'm guessing that's a
I'm not doing
cacophonous
My
noise,
bad.
right?
I'm ignoring that part of the adventure because there's something else that happens. I'm not doing that. So yeah, this thunderous force erupts up,
Okay.
and as it does, 4 severed hands, fly out of the chest, but they appear to just be inanimate. They don't move or do anything. They just kind of go. There are other things in the chest. You can see that wrapped up in various blankets and pieces of hide and leather, there are a collection of items within this chest. But these 4 hands just all go and kind of go like as they fall out of the chest as it opens.
Why?
Yeah.
Why not? If you're
I mean,
a
she
powerful
does bathe in
witch,
blood.
true,
So, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, but
Isn't
just
that what all
grind
witches
these
are?
down or something. Put them in the bath. I don't know.
Yeah.
What a waste of material.
So this kind of explosive
Maybe they
force
do
erupts
makeup.
out. You hear Ismark like, "Is everything all right? Are any of you dying?"
Yeah, my bad. I had a moment there and opened a witch's chest without checking that it might be protected, which now I think back to it is probably something I should have thought of before. Is everybody okay?
We are
on
okay.
me.
You almost woke up the tiny human.
Is the Maya holding
Yeah.
this little Strahd baby doll?
I'm not even cradling it. I'm like holding it by the head just at my side.
Nice. Just carrying it around.
I imagine like my Maya
Okay.
like slowly stands up, but I'm like covered in blood from this bathtub, so I'm just
So,
like,
well, no, it's not just the bathtub. You were next to these urns, which have
Yeah.
shattered and are now sprayed you, covered you in blood, like covered
like
you.
Carrie style, just like
Yeah.
Maya, you got a little you got a little right. Yeah,
got
never
red
mind.
oh, oh, I know this taste.
Oh God.
Anyway,
What's in the
the
chest?
chest is now open. What's in the chest? I will tell you what's in the chest. The chest is loaded with things. Is loaded with things. People are going to want to write some of this stuff down.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Okay.
There is
Let me
a
get my
heavy
typing up,
bag of
'cause
gold.
typing is faster.
I'll write it down.
That's fine.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, Trot's still here.
Yeah, you do that,
Trot
Trot.
is here. He's going to come in soon, I promise.
I
Once
thought
we
he
get
was
this
gonna
stuff
be
out of the way.
Strahd doll.
No.
I am the Strahd doll.
Heavy bag of gold that has 1,300 gold in it.
Wow.
Holy moly!
Heavy, thick leather bag of gold.
Sick gold.
There is also a vial that has a slightly, which has a clear gelatinous oil sparkling with tiny silver shards inside of it. Vial of oil, of magic oil you can put down. You haven't identified it, so you don't know what it does. There are also 2 spell scrolls inside a kind of sealed container. If you examine them, the Maya and I believe Rose would be able to identify roughly what they are. It is a scroll of mass cure wounds and a scroll of revivify.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, how long ago did
That's
Jesper
Oh,
die?
wait, no.
More than a minute.
Yeah. What level is Secure Wounds?
Rose,
Is it just base level?
it's the base level, so 5th level. So they're both at their minimal level, so 3rd level and 5th level. Rose, you are particularly drawn to, there is a quiver with 10 arrows. Each of them, their arrowheads are engraved with runes. 10, I'm just going to say they're +1 arrows now. They're 10 +1 arrows. There is also 3 more items. A set of like pipes, like a pan flute pipes, all made from bones. A bone flute, bone pipes, all engraved with eldritch-looking symbols. They are magical. There is also a stone carved with the symbol of Barovia. There's like an emblem on it that radiates magical energy as well. And then finally, a thing which definitely draws your eye is a silvery emblem in the shape of a sun, at the center of which is a gleaming ruby. The actual icon is engraved with swirling patterns, and you can feel it emanating goodness.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
I'm going to throw that to the side and look at this Barovian symbol.
Sure.
Junk.
Is it actually silver, like, or is it just silver?
It is. It is silver, so it does kind of burn a little bit to touch for you, Dog's Body. Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Piss.
Can I have a look
Rose,
at it?
one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
it's
touch
kinda
it,
burning.
Rose, and
Please
you
take
definitely
it. Take
feel.
it now. Take it now. Take it now.
In fact, no, it's not made of silver. It's made of platinum. So in fact, it doesn't hurt
Ooh.
Dog's Body when you touch it.
Whoa,
It's made
triple
of platinum,
silver.
shaped like the
Give it
sun,
back.
with a large crystal embedded. Holding it, Rose. Pretty much any of you guys, you can feel that this is something of great power. Holding it.
Is it a holy hand
Exactly
grenade?
what? Maybe.
Okay.
The rest of the items, unless you have an ability to identify, you can get a vague sense they're magical, but you're not going to know what they do until you can have those properly appraised by someone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hand the Barovian symbol magic stone to other Maya, because I mean that's literally us. That's our symbol. We are Africa. Barovia, sorry, the other one.
Yeah.
There's a weird reference for you.
So as a point, just to make sure, who's written down what? Who is carrying what items?
I've written everything down, but
Okay.
Okay, so I
particularly
need to
drawn-
add it to inventory.
Yeah,
so
well, it's
I've
just-
got
Man.
Dog's Body. Dog's Body's particularly drawn to the bone pipes, because why not?
Oh, I want to do some creepy undead dootin' with that thing.
You've already taken the
is-
emblem.
Maya.
Well, I've got the Sun Sword, so is that just Sun Sword in D&D Beyond, Mark?
Yes, if you search for Sun Sword, it should come up, I believe, yes.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to add that initially.
Trot, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it should just be Sun Sword, yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
I'm also taking
Yeah.
gold.
You're taking the gold.
Sure.
I'll split it with you.
It's
I
heavy.
mean-
It's quite heavy.
fine.
Somebody who's quite strong will need to
Split.
carry it.
Split a seat.
No, it's fine. Just carry it for the party, I guess. Just
And then what's the plan? Once you guys have kind of split all this up, what's the plan? Are you guys going to try and take a long rest here? Are you going to head back to the Wizard of Wines? It's like a 3-4 hour journey back to the Wizard of Wines on the roads.
Oh yeah.
Or are you going to rest here in the swampy ruins?
Right at home.
Yeah. We love it here.
Yeah, this is great.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Home turf.
Sure.
it's not
It
very
could be-
safe,
Dangerous.
right?
Oh, we could have some time because it'll take a while for everyone to realise that Ding Dong the witch is dead. That said, if she has some kind of connection with him in the big tower, which she appears to have something, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. What Rose? What are you feeling?
I feel like he's already quite annoyed at us, and if there is a connection there, I worry that he'll come looking.
Yeah.
I think that this place is just it's not good, but also the road's dangerous. We're gonna have to be careful. We've taken quite a lot of damage across all of us. We're not at our best. But the Wizards of Wine is a safe place. We know that it's safe there, especially now that her armies of weird scarecrows are not going to attack them.
Crunchy Maya, Mulchy Maya, what are your thoughts? Stay here? Go to the Were-Raven Haven?
We can rest
The
wherever.
the ravens seem to treat you favorably, however.
They hold all the
Oh,
crystals.
I got the impression.
We
They
can
like
rest
you too.
alongside all three.
Mm.
3 crystals.
I could heal you
There
all
could
if
be
you
a bit
wish
more
to take a
danger.
journey.
That would be very kind of you, Crunchy Maya.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll do.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Yeah, I'll pop out a couple. Who wants my 4th level cure wounds? I'll high five anyone that needs it.
Bros.
I can also
Cool.
heal if you need it.
Rose, you get 1,000,000 hit points back. Well done. You get 21.
It's pretty good.
And
Thank
Dogs
you.
Bodie, you get 21 as well. No, you don't. You get
Woof.
20.
How is it the same? It's 2
20.
different numbers.
You get 20 instead.
Woof
That's
woof.
it. I also took the spell scrolls, by the way.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Mark
So
it
you've got
down.
them. Dog's Body's got the gold. The vial with the clear oil. Any takers?
Uh,
I
don't mind.
Sure. Just
give
carry it
it,
to
give
carry
it to
it.
the Myers. Give it to one of the Myers. Yeah.
Rhiannon, do you want
Well,
it?
it's probably better with
Sure,
Rhiannon
yeah.
Maya because the other Maya doesn't really use weapons, so
Okay.
I've got
it's
the
like a weapon
arrows.
oil. I'd say that Rose, you would be able to identify that the oil is something that you would pour over a weapon. It's not like a kind of drinking or on your person oil. It looks like something like you would put over a weapon.
I don't use weapons because I am a weapon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Right.
Pour it all over
Okay.
me.
So just so I'm clear, you guys can sort
this
this out. You guys can sort this out en route. Is the plan to start heading back to the Wizard of Wines now?
Sure.
I
Yeah,
I
think
think
so, based on the fact that this place is just not nice.
Okay.
Bit
In that
cursed,
case,
innit?
I would like Rhiannon to roll a d20 for me, please.
Can we have Trot do it?
Roll a good
That's a
girl.
D12. Ignore that one. Don't worry, that one's not much better.
6, okay. Can you roll me one more? One more D20.
Okey-dokey. Oh, that's a 2.
Wow.
Okay.
Less than 10 every single time.
So,
I don't know how to do it.
You begin, as you are divvying things out, you begin the trip back towards the Wizard of Wines. Making your way along the bases, the base of the hills that stretch up, and seeing the familiar silhouette of Argon Vostholt in the distance, you weave your way round and find a familiar foot trail that begins leading you back to the crossroads and the bridge that heads towards Kresik or down towards the Wizard of Wines. And as you draw closer and closer to the bridge, that is when you begin to see figures ahead. They are unlike figures you have seen before. They are not undead, shambling zombies or skeletal forces. They do not appear to be monsters or werewolves or any of the like. Instead, you see 3 robed humans, or humanoids, I should say, wearing these kind of pristine white robes, each emblazoned with a golden sun. And accompanying them is Esmeralda. And they appear to be trying to move quietly and are looking like they are turning to head down towards the Wizard of Wines as well. And they appear to be in conversation with each other. What do you guys do? If you want to stay hidden, make stealth checks. If you want to approach them, just they'll notice you. Unless you try and hide.
Well,
We, Maya, don't actually know Esmeralda, do we? Well,
You
no, we have
No,
met
you
her.
don't.
You haven't.
Oh,
no, you don't.
Maya hasn't
Okay.
met Esmeralda.
in that case, I think we'll probably I'll instinctively stealth. But, like,
And
see what the others do.
Yeah.
okay.
Same.
Yeah. So make stealth checks if you're making stealth checks.
Nice. 14.
Hey,
I think we should probably talk to her, right? We know her. Why would they be
Well,
going
the
there?
Mayas kind of try and slink into the foliage and just try and blend in with the woods around you.
They do it very
As you
well.
sort of
Talk to
talk
her.
to Dog's Body, Irina, and Ismark. Irina at this point would have come awake because she would have had time to recover, but she's pretty
I
injured.
think I healed her
Ismark
at
is
the
kind
end
carrying.
of the last. I did. I
Oh,
gave
you
her a
did.
cure
That's
wound.
right. You did heal her. She's not on a lot of hit
She's-
points, but
she
you did
should be.
heal her actually. Yes. So I think she's on like 13 or something. And so she's okay. Yeah. So she's awake and kind of walking with you. Ismark will turn and say, "I think at this point, Rose, we have to take whatever allies we can find. She should at least know what happened to Jesper. I know that you don't have to
Yeah.
speak to her if you don't wish to, Dog's Body.
We're not
I'm
saying
gonna
that we're going
go
to
hang
join
out.
her, but
I'm
I-
just gonna
I
go
think-
hang out with the plants.
Sure. So as you guys are having this conversation and the Myers begin slinking back, Esmeralda does hold up a hand as they're on the road, and her eyes dart towards, where you guys are coming out of this woodland trail. And she instinctively begins, like, pulling out an axe, like, warily looking around, having heard or seen something. She seems to be on the defensive. Trot, you are with the group, you and two of the other acolytes, and you have basically been, you've come here with Esmeralda to speak with these individuals that she mentioned, and the ones that the abbot is interested in speaking with. Esmeralda is just like, something is in the woods, and she brings the weapon up. What do you guys do?
can I step out and just hold my hands up and
Yeah.
pull my hood
Okay.
down so that she sees that it's me?
As soon as she sees it's you, Rose, she's like, "It's all right. It's all right." She's one of the ones I spoke of. Rose, I'm glad that you're alive.
It's good to see you.
Yes, indeed. I may have at least some good news. Where are the rest of your companions?
None of them are alive anymore, actually. Minus
Oh,
Dog's
Rose.
body.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry to tell you that, Esmeralda.
Although
She
Dog's
kind of
body
looks at
has...
you. There's no offense. Like, she's not angry that Dog's Body's there or offended. She just seems to be like, don't know why you would think that. I'm glad that you are alive, protecting Rose. I am suspicious of you. That does not mean that I would be glad to hear of your death. Still, I'm sorry about the others, Rose. The dragons, and not Jesper. Jesper must still be alive. He must.
Babel the Saga killed him.
The witch. I
And then
did not expect
Dog's
you to
body.
encounter her in a battle.
Dog's body killed her.
She looks, and there's like a hint of kind of like she's impressed. The witch is no easy foe to defeat. I honestly did not think that you would have a chance to defeat her if you joined her if you fought against her in outright battle. I am.
It was a close call, but
Of course.
luckily she's not as strong when she's on the ground. Not against just pure strength.
With Jesper gone, that changes things immensely. He was the Taroka deck. Do you know what happened to it?
I couldn't find it. I'm sorry.
Allow me to introduce my apology. These three, they are from Kresik. I wanted you to speak with them. I would like you to come to Kresik with us. The abbot who is leading things there. I think it is important that you speak with him, and there's a chance that there are. Well, I think that we have some allies there. This is Alvaski, one of the abbot's disciples, the one that is. The others do not speak much, but Alvaski is here, and she gestures too. Trot, if you want to describe what Alvaski looks like.
He looks like he's got almost ceramic white skin. on that image there, it's kind of a blend, but he's just ceramic white, very pallid features, but very strong features as well, like high cheekbones,
Very
almost
handsome in a
elf-like.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, really hot. He's got long, flowing white hair that's kind of tied back right now. Well, you can't see back there, so it's fine. Yeah, long, flowing white robes, but they're kind of cut off at the elbows as well. And of the skin you see on his forearms, pretty muscular, pretty toned. And he just stands very stoically, almost rigid. I guess, what's your perceptions? Your passives? Would they notice Mark at this range?
Let me have a look at their passives, and I'll tell you guys.
15.
Mine's 14, so
15's the
15?
Ain't great.
highest. Yeah, I'd say 15's not high enough for them to really notice.
Okay.
It's quite a small detail, and it's hidden by your clothes as well. So
he's talking about his penis.
that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Every character needs the descriptor.
It's a small
There's two
detail.
of them.
But yeah,
He just,
it's quite shocking. The other two with Alvaski look more like regular Barovians. They're very stoic. They're wearing these robes, but there is a bit more life to them than perhaps some of the people you met in Valaki and things like that. But Alvaski stands out. There is something otherworldly, maybe even angelic about him. The way that he is kind of stood, he looks perfect, almost a little too perfect in some ways. Those of you with the high passive, so Rose and Maya, you would definitely pick he is unnaturally kind of perfect. Like there's definitely something otherworldly about him. The other two maybe wouldn't pick up on it as much. He would just look like a very handsome individual, like a handsome human. And she just gestures to Alvaski. Alvaski, these are the ones that I spoke of. And I forgot that I gave Esmeralda has an English accent, not a Barovian accent. These are the ones that I mentioned to the abbot, the ones who have already fought against Strahd, the ones who I think can help us and help the abbot.
They have the sun sword.
Yes, they are the ones carrying it. Yes.
We must go back.
What, Alvaski? I really think Krezik is currently safe.
Come, the abbot. He waits. Come on, let's go. You. Is this it?
We have taken a lot of
The sun
a
sword.
lot
Do you
of
have
damage.
it?
Yes, but
Alvaski,
You have it.
calm yourself. Calm yourself, Alvaski. They have it.
Esmeralda, we need to know that it's safe there.
I assure you,
faced a lot of
I've-
danger so far.
I Rose. I know. Believe me, I know. I have inspected Krezik. I traveled there. It is safe from Strahd. It is safe from wolves in the forest. It is safe from the monsters and beasts that roam this land. You should come to Krezik. It is very important that we... Yep.
Beasts and monsters of the land. Like, now that I see things are going amicably, I think
Yeah.
I'll just sort of backwards Homer from the bush, out of the bush.
Yeah. So there's definitely... Esmeralda, like, reaches for her axe and sword, just like, I'm dead! She's like, goes to, like, almost grab you, Rose, and protect you, like...
They're not there with us. They are. I'm not entirely sure, but they are part of the land. They're protecting it. They're on our side.
We are the
At
we did not
the
know.
shock of seeing this
Go on.
thing, Alvaski immediately lurches down into a strong stance and puts his arms up as if it's in a martial arts stance, an open palm at the front, and you think for a flicker his entire body shimmers with a different skin color, but then it goes straight back to what it was.
The other two acolytes definitely bring out sort of like threshing, like they've got like flails and like a mace in their hand, but they're standing behind Alvaski. They look like they're just kind of like supporters kind of thing. Esmeralda holds her hand up like, Rose, I mean, I know that... Are you sure about them? That? And she
I'm not
points
sure
at Maya.
about anything anymore. I'm not
No,
sure.
I
I
imagine not.
came here with an entirely different group of people, and now I'm with these guys, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. They've been great without this group of people, I wouldn't be here either. But I don't know what to believe anymore. Where is safe?
Are they enemies of Strahd?
Yes, all of them.
We are
Why don't
enemies
you
Then
of
ask
in that-
Strahd.
yourself?
Oh, well, it speaks.
Strahd evades what is natural.
I thought it's some undead creature. This is. We must travel. Come to Krezik.
Can we?
It is safe from
we
Strahd.
can talk about this when we've had some rest, please. We really need to rest.
No time.
It is faster. It will be quicker for us to go to Krezik than to reach the Wizard of Wines. I know that you know them, that you trust them there, but it is faster to Krezik from here. We have some horses. We can take you now.
Last time I was around Krezik, I had rocks thrown at me. Can I assume that I will no longer have rocks thrown at me?
If you stay in this form and you are with me and Alvaski, you will not have rocks thrown at you. The people of Krezik deal with werewolves on a fairly regular basis. Wolves are a particular danger in that area. They are suspicious, but if you're with us, you should be fine.
It's interesting that you would assume what form I was in. I was in very much this form. Turns out they don't like stinky naked people.
Well,
Funny from the IT crowd now.
yeah. He's
Look,
played
I've
by
been through a lot.
Richard Ayade now.
Richard,
Hello,
yeah.
I am a werewolf.
Every time someone in this
I was
party
in
dies,
this
I change
form.
my accent.
It's a quirk. It's trauma.
It's how I deal with it.
I've secured rooms. There are beds, there is hot food, and it is safe from Strahd. And we will
Safe.
get there faster.
Fast.
She
do
leans
not
in,
require beds.
Rose. She leans in. The abbot is a powerful celestial. An angel in disguise.
We will come with you. We will
She
come
nods.
with you. But we do need the promise that Dog's body will not be harmed or
Yes.
looked
He will
down
not
on.
be.
He has
I-
just
well-
defeated a very powerful enemy, and I think that people need to take notice of that.
The people there, they follow the abbot, and the abbot is not the type of person to look down on another. Perhaps his previous encounter with Krezik was more born from fear of a creature being a person being on their own. With a group, with myself, with these acolytes, he will be fine.
What of
I would
the
recommend
Maya?
the Maya
We have
perhaps
been
wears some sort of
protecting
cloak.
your kind. And I'll hold up the wooden doll to prove our
Oh.
allegiance to you.
No,
Why
please,
is it so
no.
purposely terrifying? What is that?
Yeah, can I just like?
Why are you can't
I'm just
tell
gonna
you.
lift. Like, no, just reach backwards and put my hand. Like, just no.
I will hold it for longer.
This way.
You can hold it.
and-
Just don't show it to people.
Why did you bring it? I don't understand. We don't need that. It's terrifying.
To
Put it
prove
down
our
somewhere.
allegiance to you, we look after your smaller kind.
It's not. It's not real.
You all
Rose,
seem
just walk.
rather fond
Just
of
walk,
them.
Rose. Just
No,
Yeah,
not
just-
fond of that. You
I
realize
am
that this is
tired
a
of it now
doll.
anyway.
This is not real.
I'll just drop it.
Drops it.
Okay, good.
Steps on it
Good.
as you move. Yeah.
Alvaski is going to put a hand on Esmeralda's shoulder from behind. Time.
Yes.
Time.
Yes, I know. Come. And she just points away over the bridge where you can see there's like 3 or 4 horses that have been tied up. I don't think we have enough for all of you, but the acolytes can remain behind. The rest of us can double up, I suppose. Come. And yeah, given enough time, she leads you, and very quickly, unless you resist or unless there's anything you want to talk about, she will lead you to the front gates of Krezik.
Goodbye, tiny human. That's all.
Crushed by a horse's hoof. The village of Krezik, it's a village, but it's a walled town, really. It has a high wooden palisade wall all around it. In fact, actually, I got a map of Krezik that I can show you.
Oh, fancy.
It has like a wooden palisade wall, but built onto a top of a hill, looking down on the village, you see an abbey. You see the kind of stone walls of an abbey. You can see the kind of glinting of light off of stained glass windows, and a kind of another stone wall on the outside of it, protecting it, providing this kind of like bastion looking down. You see on spikes around the walls of the town, you see a number of creatures' heads have been spiked at semi-regular intervals. The creatures vary. There are wolf heads. There are heads that look like undead creatures. These almost like giant bats have had their heads impaled on it as well. There is a demonic-looking creature that's had its skull embedded onto one of the things. There's no flesh or musculature left, but it's some sort of demonic creature. And all along the walls, you see more of these white-robed acolytes kind of patrolling with bows, with crossbows, with slings, with whatever weapons they can, muster from their supplies. They patrol the walls, and you can hear the bells of the abbey. Ding, 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 calling out. Alvaski, this is a common occurrence. The bells sound for prayers, and for people to kind of gather at the abbey and offer their gratitude to the abbot, generally. The one thing one of you guys do notice is Rose and Remire. You look up, and flying above the canopy of the trees of the nearby woods and returning to Krezk, you see one of these white-robed figures. But this one has this pair of splendid eagle wings, and is kind of flying down back into the village and seems to land amongst it. As you are approaching, go on.
Another raven. More
No.
allies, perhaps?
An ally for certain. One of the abbot's soldiers. Something has happened. The abbot, well, from what I understand, he has created soldiers to fight against Strahd. Powerful ones. Not many, only a few small number, but I believe that if we have any hope of entering Castle Ravenloft, we will need the abbot's help. That is why I wish to bring you here. I want you to speak with the abbot. The abbot has tasks that he would like seen done. But I believe that the abbot offers us a chance, a real force to help us breach the castle walls. And that is our greatest danger now. Strahd is up to something. He's pulled all of his forces from other places. He's forming a defensive perimeter around the castle. Something is happening there. As you reach the gates, you see one of these robed humanoids turns down. By the will of the graceful abbot, who goes? And she, Esmeralda, kind of nudges Alvaski to kind of speak back.
We have returned. We have the party.
Ah, Alvaski, the abbot awaits you. Bring in our honored guests.
Yeah,
and you hear the doors kind of open. As these heavy wooden doors are opened, and you are led inside.
I turn around, snap at whoever's closest.
What, of the party or of like a random person?
Of the party.
Probably Dog's Body.
I lock eyes with Dog's Body. These are like pale ice blue eyes that he's got. He locks them onto you. Respect the abbot.
Yeah, alright. As long as he doesn't throw a rock at me.
A dead duck doesn't fly backwards. And he turns back around.
Yep. Esmeralda leads you through. I will go and speak with the abbot. Alvaski, why don't you stay with these? Why don't you stay with them to make sure that everything is safe and secure? I have rooms. The burgomaster of this town has given me his home to rest in. You all seem to need rest. Rest there. I will go and speak with the abbot. Before I go, do you need any of my magic. Is there anything that you wish to ask me? Is there any questions you have before I head off? And she leads you to a very quite nice cottage. Like it's kind of like a 3-4 bedroom cottage. It's very well kept and looks clean. Leading you inside, you can see that there's some basic foods like breads and cheeses, and a bottle of wine has been left out. There's a fire. It seems warm and safe. The doors have heavy latches on the inside. All of the windows, heavy latches, reinforced bars. This is the kind of home that has been built to keep things out of it. When people are inside. This is like an anti-vampire house. There are holy symbols of the Morning Lord above the doorways. There are strings of garlic and mirrored surfaces pretty much everywhere. This is very much anti-vampire house as you kind of enter it. Stay here as long as you need. But yes, if you need any questions answered, or if my magic can be of any use, let me know now before I head off.
We do have some things that we picked up that I was wondering if you could help us look at. See what they are.
Dog's Body, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, do dead ducks fly backwards?
No. You'll have to ask Alvasky.
Has your boy been dropped on his head?
The people here, Dog's Body, they're very devout in the worship of the abbot, but this place has been under siege by Strahd and other forces for some time. Not everybody here is as well put together as... And she kind of looks at Dog's Body, changes her mind, looks at Rose, changes her mind. Not everywhere is as put together as me, and she just leaves it at that. And then she'll turn to Rose. So, what are these things? I can identify magical abilities and relics and things like that if you need me to.
Can I show her the shiny platinum ruby type item?
Can. And Alvasky, you would recognize this when it's pulled out from Rose's pouch. Esmeralda kind of like takes a big deep breath, like, oh, Rose, that's a very good thing that you found. I've been studying Ravenloft's Barovia's law. This is an artifact called the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind. It was a gift given by an angel to a paladin called Lugdana. Lugdana was tasked with slaying vampires, powers that roamed the what were called the dark domains, the domains of dread. Lugdana was a powerful priestess and paladin. She carried this symbol wherever she went. It has the power to summon sunlight, to render vampires immobile for a time. This is one of the things that Strahd sought to keep out of mortal hands for fear that it would be used against him. If this is, I feel that this is something that Jesper was trying to find. This is a weapon to use against Strahd. But I'm not
glad
sure
you said that. I worried that I wouldn't find what he was looking for.
The problem is I'm not sure if any of you will be able to use this. It was gifted by an angel to a priestess, a paladin, or you would need to be a believer, a devotee, somebody who can channel the power of gods. I'm not sure if any of you are capable of that. But still, it's good that you have it. Better in your hands than sitting in some witch's den. Is there anything else?
I've got this this freaky little panpipe set.
Oh, charming. Suits you. And she kind of gives you a look of like evil bone pipe that suits the evil werewolf. Yes, she waves her hand, her eyes. Well, yeah, she's talking to Dog's Body. She doesn't like Dog's Body. Dirty werewolf. Yeah, exactly. Her eyes shimmer for a second. She looks at it and says, "These are called pipes of haunting. You'll need to know how to play them, but if you do, you can cause a spellbinding tune and eerie noise that can frighten people around it. Clearly not something you require. But yeah, they're called pipes of haunting, so you can search for those.
Some people find me quite charming.
You see, in fact, Tatiana and Ismark both actually, like, kind of stand next to you. Dog's body saved our life, Esmeralda. More than that, he slew Baba Yaga. He's been a true and trusted friend, and she places her, like, arm on yours, like, she kind of, like, touches your arm in a very kind of delicate, friendly way. Do not speak to him like that again. Not in front of me, not in front of my brother or our companions. You see Esmeralda's, like, a bit insulted and taken back. Fine. Anything else that you wish me to expend my magical prowess on?
Yeah, bitch. We are holding something we wish to be identified, and I'll hold up my hands. There's nothing in them.
I'll hold up
You are
mine
holding...
with the stone and the carving of Barovia in it.
So you both raise your hands, but
Yeah.
this thing is far more unnerving. Still, she waves her hand again. Well, you have two things of interest there. She's not sure which one to talk to, so she kind of talks to you both. The stone is what is known as a luck stone, a stone of good luck. It will bring a small amount of fortune to whoever carries it. The other is called an oil of sharpness. I carry one of these myself. Apply it to a weapon. That weapon will become more dangerous and will be magical for a short period of time. I believe about an hour or so. It takes a minute or so to apply the oil, but after that, for an hour, it will have magical sharpness and will be able to overcome creatures that are resistant to normal weaponry. That's what you have.
Luck, fortune, good things.
Indeed.
Good thing.
Before I leave for the abbot, if there's any questions you have, ask them now. And then I will let you rest.
I don't think
so.
so. I think it's just rest.
Is there safe earth outside? Somewhere?
I would not venture beyond the walls of Kresik. Now that you are inside, and she looks at Alvaski and sort of nods in your direction, Alvaski, do not leave the walls of this city without either me or the abbot's permission. You are safe here. Outside, that safety evaporates. For now, no force of Strahd, no monster will be able to reach you, but you must remain inside. There are grounds. There's a small lake to the north of the village. I'm told it is quite tranquil, quite peaceful. But yes, there are trees and plants and things within the grounds, small plots of land to farm on, but try not to go beyond the walls. I will let you rest. I will come and speak to you come morning, once I've spoken with the abbot. Alvaski, would you stay here and watch over them? See to it that they are attended to as necessary?
Yes.
Good. I believe that the abbot's intent is for you to accompany them on the tasks he wishes to set them and eventually help us storm Castle Ravenloft, so
Yes.
play nice. And she looks at Irina and Dog's Body when she says that in a sense of like, I've been told I don't play nice, so I'm telling you that you should get on with everyone. And then she goes and leaves the room in a kind of haughty, arrogant way. Because she's a bit of a bitch. Yeah, she's a bit of a bitch. But yeah, she heads out and leaves you all in this very comfortable home with this new person to chat to. And all of this wonderful information about magic items you carry.
But also, they're ducks that don't fly backwards.
I don't
That's news
actually
to
know
me.
what a duck is. Yeah. What is? Yeah. I need a bath.
Alvaski is just standing like a statue, but taking his time to just stare at each one of you.
Is there a window nearby? Can I like move near a window? And just...
Jump out a bit. I thought you were going to say.
Just get
So you want to
just
move
get
next to a window?
some light. Yeah. Just so I don't feel like I'm...
There are windows in this place, so light is coming in. It's probably getting close to kind of like dusk now, so the sun is starting to set. But you can stand by the windows, and yeah, there's light that's coming in. The windows just have things like interior shutters and bars, so that if like you wanted to, you could close those, and it would be hard for something to get inside. You know, that's the intention here. Is, you know, you've experienced this when you were in when you first came to Barovia. Well, Rose does. Everybody else has died. But Rose remembers, like, the way that Irina and Ismark were trying to keep Strahd out because he needed permission to come inside. So a lot of, like, this house has been designed in a way that, you know, you can shut the shutters on the inside of the window and then you can't see out of them. So you couldn't see something beyond those. Like, it's got bars so things like bats can't get in. But during the day, you can open the shutters and let light inside, which is where they are now.
Nice.
But yeah. Alvaski just stands there creepily. Ismark kind of sinks down into a chair around this large dinner table. Well, if no one else is going to eat, and then he starts like tearing off like hunks of bread and bits of cheese, and he starts just eating away, drinking wine, helping himself. He has to kind of pull off his mask a little bit, and you can see like all the burn marks as he just starts like nibbling and eating bread and cheese as he does so.
Cool.
Can I just quickly turn to Irina and just like really shyly kind of like, hey, no one's ever stood up for me before, and then with some really nice words that you said, thanks. Like,
Dog's Body, you don't need to thank me. Nobody should treat you that way. I know that you've had a difficult time in Barovia, that it's not been kind to you, but that doesn't mean that people shouldn't be. You've done so much for me, for Ismark, for Rose, for everyone here. You're a hero. I see you that way. You remind me of Sergei in some ways.
No, I mean, no, I almost, let the witch take you away, and stuff. Like, it was very confusing.
That was my
and
choice.
Also, that wasn't just me. Like your brother came for you. He went stepped right up to that witch. And Rose, you were a part of this as well. You shot her right full of arrows. And Maya, you guys did stuff. I know you did. Well, I know you pissed her off, and I'm pointing at Tom Maya. With the dark
did.
stuff, and it was a team effort.
I'm honestly
you
amazed.
embedded an axe in her skull.
Spear.
A spear.
I mean, the Maya probably wouldn't know the
Wow.
difference, so he's just like saying whatever he thinks. But no, she just says, "You are all." I am amazed that any of us survived that. You all did well, but do not sell yourself short, Dog's Body. And she just kind of like pats your arm. I feel at least for a while we can be safe here. I'm going to get some rest. My mind is still very clouded. Having too many people inside my mind is confusing at times, but I'm going to get some rest. I suggest you all do the same when you can. And she just smiles and nods her head and goes off to find a room to sleep in.
I'm going to get some rest too. I need some time just on my own. I think it's been a horrible time, and yeah, I just need some quiet, and I think Rose will just go find a room and be on her own for a while.
Sure. Anybody else?
We can stay and watch this one. We don't know who to trust out here.
No one.
What is your... Tell us about yourself, stranger. Alvaski, was it? What are you? Why are you here? Are you from Krezik?
Yes.
Are you a priest?
No. I'm a fighter, a warrior.
Ah, good. We need more of those, that's for certain.
Purge the darkness. Is it 5 o'clock yet?
I don't know. He just looks around. I don't know. You do begin to probably in like a few moments. You do hear like a Dong, 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 dong,
On
dong.
that bell,
Okay.
Alvaski starts crying. And then all you hear, I guess the Maya is closest to him right now, is under his breath, is, take him, not me. Take him, not me. And then he kind of like looks around and then comes back to normal.
You're getting out creepy,
God.
Maya.
You're right.
You're getting out creeped.
I don't know about this. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. Trot.
Who is taking him?
Do you need a hanky?
Where
Just
is
what
he
we
going?
needed. Another crazy thing to join our team. I used to
Hey,
think
who you
Dog's
call
Body was the
crazy?
strangest member of our party. He just
Hey,
seemed
and now
like
look at you. You look pretty
Yes,
crazy now
exactly.
too, is Mark.
I know.
Yeah.
I am a fighter, a warrior.
Oh, well,
What's your speciality? Don't see any weapons
Yes.
on you.
I purge the darkness with light.
oh, light's good.
You have light.
Yes, the abbot. He bestowed me a gift. A gift.
The
It's a bad day
human
for
has
lunch. It was
light.
too windy.
Okay. I'm going to go find a room. I'm going to sleep.
Oh, jeez. This power you wish to purge Strahd?
Purge Strahd, yes. I'm crafted. Honed.
And
Strahd must be defeated.
Strahd must be defeated.
Sunsword. You have it.
Sunsword.
We do.
The abbot will be pleased.
I'm going to assume everybody can take a long rest, by the way, because you are safe. You
Ah.
can take a long rest.
Awesome.
Just
Rose. Oh, go on. Go on. No, you go, Dog's Body.
fucking hell. Nah, Dog's Body just had the very sudden realization that he was in a room with 3 people who can't speak in full sentences. So yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
we speak in full sentences. It's just not sentences
They're
anyone
creepy
wants to hear.
sentences. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
creepy.
I just love the fact that Chris Trott was just like, Maya, I can out creepy the Maya.
Whatever.
Just these
Whatever.
weird lines. Man,
Yeah.
something really deep inside me stirred when he said, "Dead ducks don't fly backwards." Just out of nowhere, I was like, "Oh God, no,
know.
I don't know, man." No.
Really thinking about that one.
I like the idea that he's got like a sentence generator and he's just using that and he's just like, the red fox goes underside. You know, it's just like nonsense gibberish. Anyway, to take it back to a more serious moment, you guys take a long rest. Either whether sleeping, whether resting, whether eating, whatever it is. But Rose, as you feel yourself wake up. You were sleeping and something brings you to consciousness. It's dark. The sun's obviously gone down. And you pause and there's just silence. Maybe creaking of floorboards from somebody else moving around the cottage, but probably one of your companions. And then you see that in the corner of this room, this maybe once belonged to a kind of woman or maybe a young girl. There's a tall mirror, like a dressing mirror. And it's not reflecting the room that you're in. It's reflecting a dark castle's room. Tattered tapestries, kind of encroaching darkness all around it. And you can hear something tapping on the glass. Like a fine point, like the tip of a dagger. And then you hear a voice calling out your name.
Rose. Rose.
Son of a bitch. It's been a fucking long day.
Please, Rose.
Shadow?
You see materializing into the stepping into the, like, not into your room, but into the mirror, this reflection of another place, you see Shadow, this tabaxi cleric, dressed in these dark robes, but they're tattered, stained with earth and soil, and her eyes are no longer the yellow cat's eyes, but they are tinged red. And you can see a very pained expression on their face.
Rose. I've missed you, Rose.
I'm sorry. I couldn't stop him taking you. I'm sorry.
Look at what he's done to me, Rose. He has turned me. I hunger. I cannot deal with this. Please help me.
This isn't real. This is just a dream. I don't know. You're on his side now. I tried. I couldn't stop him taking you.
No, this is very real, my friend. While he sleeps, I found his trinkets and am able to speak to you now, but I do not have long. Every second is agony. I can feel the hunger taking over, but I can no longer hear my mistress. I cannot find the path to the city. Please, Rose, I need your help. Please.
What can I do? I can't get to you. I can't. I would have. You know that I would have.
I am trapped in the castle. I need you to kill me properly. Free me of this curse of hunger. It is not right. I was tasked by my mistress to relieve people of their pain and their suffering. But now all I want is to inflict that suffering on others. Please, Rose. I need your light. I know you are tired, but you bring the light to the darkness, and I need that now.
The mirror begins to turn black and cloudy. You see it beginning to, Shadow's visage begins to fade, and almost like it's being pulled away as the reflection just barely turns back to a reflection of the room you're in. If there's one last thing you want to say, Shadow.
Please,
Or if not,
Rose.
And then it just...
Help me.
And on that help me, it snaps and it's the mirror's back to being a normal mirror. And you are very much awake in a room. It's not a dream. You don't wake up. You are awake.
Rose is probably just gonna take out the little beetle and Jesper's dagger.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna cry.
Yeah. You just have this like little moment, and the night progresses peacefully. And yeah, you just feel that the kind of rough texture of the beetle and Jesper's dagger in your hand, and yeah, there is a source of strength there too. You know, there's this weight of responsibility. You saved Jesper's soul, and now knowing that Shadow needs it, there is this kind of strength to that kind of flows through. And with that weapon, you've seen what the Sun Sword can do. That could be a chance to bring that hope back. Everyone finishes their long rest.
Oh, holy crap!
God damn it!
Oh,
Oh man, oh, I slept really
Kim,
well
Kim had that
for
one.
once.
Kim had that in the chamber ready to go, and I was just waiting last week for a chance to get to it, but we didn't have a chance. So I think it matters more now.
oh my god!
Nice. That was really cool.
You
Hell
awaken
yeah.
to dawn, sunlight streaming in. No attacks, no vampires, no monsters for the rest of you. Just sleep, peaceful sleep.
We slept through the night for once.
You lucky little shit.
I mean, you still get the long rest. Just you have trauma with your long rest.
I didn't have enough of that. It's fine. More,
Yeah, no, it's
please.
Esmeralda brings in the morning. She arrives, knocking on the door, and in her hand she has a basket. It has several fruits. It has some like smoked meats. It has some more fresh bread. She places it on the table, courtesy of the abbot and the people of Kresik. Breakfast. I've spoken with the abbot. He wishes to speak with you himself up at the abbey after their morning prayers are done. It gives you a few hours if you wish to look around, explore the village. There are some nice places to it. Take your time. But yes, once you're done, come and speak with the abbot. He and I are currently forming plans, but he won't commit to a frontal assault until a few things are done, and I don't really think that there are things I can do on my own. So I think everybody needs to help each other. There are two main problems, but I'll let him explain those. Yes, once we can achieve that. Alvaski here is the abbot. Alvaski, the abbot, basically has told me to tell you that you are to assist these companions in any way they need. They are onto their shoulders. The abbot places his hopes that this madness, this darkness, can finally be destroyed.
He bows. Like a stiff bow.
Yeah, well, don't need to bow to me. When you're ready, I will meet you up at the gates of the abbey. I'm going to go make a few preparations myself. A few things that I managed to scavenge from the wagon were still left over. I've been preparing a few weapons and things like that. But yes, I will see you there in a few hours. Give yourself some time to do as you wish. Explore. I don't know, make preparations. And she will just head off, leaving you all to your own company once again. Irina, or Tatiana, Dog's Body, there's a place that I would like to visit. Would you come with me? You and Ismark, specifically.
Yes. Yes, I'll come
Thank
with you.
you.
I'll follow you.
It's just a little. It's like a little pond, really. But there's a little shrine to the Morning Lord I would
pond?
like to visit.
Pond?
We may follow Dog's Body.
If you wish, Meyer. Of course.
I'll go with you to the pond. I'm just worried that people here might not be as... They might not take as well to seeing you on the streets, so I'll go with you if that's okay.
Cloak.
Rose, you're being the only real human apart, and Dog's Body's a bit too clueless. You definitely get the sense of like she's happy for you all to come, but there's something she wants to talk to Dog's Body about there. Like you
I
kind of
think
get
Rose
the
is
sense she
meaning
wants
that
to talk
she
to
will
Dog's Body.
take the Mire
take
to
the
the
Mire
pond
and, like,
elsewhere.
I know,
Right, gotcha.
I know.
Yeah,
I know that
Rose
Dog's
just
Body wanted to
doesn't-
get away
she
from
knows
us.
She knows that
I don't mind you guys.
that Irina wants to go and do something privately, but the fact that they're going outside and roaming, Rose would be like,
Yeah.
let's not do that on your own because people might not be nice about it.
Oh, Rose, perhaps if you have Alvaski, was it, accompany you, that will help alleviate some of the locals as well.
Yes, please. I just worry that with the history of, rock pelting and things, I don't want that to happen to anyone.
You get to be babysitter.
How's the
At least he doesn't have the small doll thing anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Kresik likes
You alright,
dogs.
Rose? Oh,
Hmm?
You'll be
Fine.
liked. We
Yep.
like you. The abbot likes you.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
No rocks.
No
No
rocks.
rocks.
None.
This dog doesn't like rocks. That way?
He was willing to find the depths.
The depths of what? The depths
Why?
of the earth?
Depths of the pond.
This one does not seem right.
Owaski,
Many
Are you
ones
aware
do not seem
of the
right.
stuff coming out your mouth.
Yes.
So, what was that about depths?
About what?
You just said something about depths.
We must see the abbot at once. We're keeping him waiting. What is the time?
We weren't to see the abbot yet. We're waiting for Esmeralda to come and get us. We're going to the pond.
The abbot is the leader here.
Yes, but we don't have to see him until later, so we're going to the pond just now. Shall we go?
I used to love fishing there. No fish.
Excellent. Oh,
Is
Is
the
that
water
because-
there good? Does the water bring life? And
Yeah, it's very good, Alvaski. It's very, very good.
Yes. Fresh.
very good.
All right. Well, as a crew, you all begin making your way, but after a little bit, Irina does kind of begin walking, maybe a little bit further away from the party. Kind of probably like Irene, like her brother is walking, like her brother Ismark is walking alongside her, but she will also kind of like hold out her arm, Dog's body, as if like for you to take her arm, and like Ismark has the other arm on the other side, like, you know, kind of, you know, being walked by her kind of male companions. You guys make your way there. The rest of you all kind of follow as well, making your own way. Even under the grey skies of Barovia, this pool at the north end of the village seems to almost shimmer and sparkle. Near its shore sits an old gazebo. It looks like it might be on the verge of collapse, ancient, but still standing. There's a wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man. Its paint is chipped and faded, and it stands in the gazebo with arms outstretched as though waiting to be embraced. And it feels peaceful, and as you draw closer, the water looks so pure and crisp and clean. It's a small pool, but large enough that, you know, you couldn't go swimming in it, but you can kind of sit on the edges of it and enjoy it. It's kind of like a small pond, really. But as you all draw closer, Maya, you know, definitely begin to feel there's no taint of Strahd or the dark powers here. This place feels free of his presence. And the rest of you feel a sense of calmness as you approach it. Irina, to Dog's body, you remind me a lot of my Sergei. He had a very courageous heart. Perhaps he was a little cleaner and a little bit more tidy in his appearance.
Hey,
But
I try.
I know. I think that this affliction you have, this curse, is it something that you want to be rid of?
I don't know, to be honest. If you'd asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, however many years ago, when I first woke up and found myself this way, I would have said yes. But I've learned to live with it. It gives me strength. I don't think I would have been capable of saving you just then, or Rose, or the rest, if it wasn't for the strength it brings me.
I think you do yourself discredit to throw away your own strength. There are many sources of strength, Dog's Body. I have lived many lives, and I have seen strength and I have seen weakness. Rage can be strength, it can be weakness. Passion can be strength, it can be weakness. But you have what is most important. You have you have a heart who is willing to do what must be done to protect people you care about. That is strength. That is what's really strong about you. This affliction, if you could be rid of it, if you could still be strong without it, would you want to change? Would you want it to be taken away?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. One day, when we've all had our happy endings, when Strahd is dealt with and you're free to live your life, and maybe I can go home. Maybe if I was to leave Barovia and go home, whatever that is anymore.
She just like
maybe.
offers her hand.
I don't know.
Walk with me to the edge of the pool.
You're not going to wash me, are you?
No.
I did my best with the flannel last night.
I know you did. No. I want to show you something. She's got these like dainty, and she's pretty. Like Tatiana is like, it's hard to describe. She's like got this real kind of fairy tale beauty about her, and so like this tiny little delicate bell hand in the beast's giant sort of like, you know, hairy man hand kind of engulfs it. But she leads you to the edge of the pool, and for a minute you just see yourself as normal, but then there is like a ripple, like a stone's being cast into it. And you see yourself as you haven't seen yourself in a very long time, Dog's Body. Before you isn't this dirty, hairy, scarred man. Instead, there is this warrior clad in armor with this radiant light kind of just billowing out from them, and a pair of angelic wings almost kind of stretching out from behind them. This heroic looking figure with, you know, the long hair still there, but now the beard is gone and just this chiseled, you know, masculine face is underneath it. And stood beside it is, even Irina looks different. She looks more regal. She's dressed in this fine princely princess kind of like gown. Her hair is radiant. And beside her, in the reflection, is another man, Sergei. You see the similarities. You see an element, a trace of Strahd's face, but there's no hardness. There's no evil. There's these bright blue eyes that are welcoming and loving. This blonde hair, and his smile is heartwarming. It's like looking at the reflection of an old friend, and you feel that ring around your finger just comfortably giving you comfort, and you see the same ring on Sergei's hand as he places his on Irina's shoulders. This pool was blessed by the Morning Lord long ago. The people of Kresik do not remember it. It shows us things that were and things that still are. I still have my Sergei with me, even though he is now long gone. And you, this is the person that I see within you. You can, if you wish, be this person again. There is a warrior, someone who once believed in oaths and vows and had righteousness and courage in their heart, long before this curse, this affliction took you. And if you want it, if you want to speak those words again, you can.
That's a big moral quandary to put on this old dog before he's even had his morning cup of coffee. Yeah, I don't even remember the god that we crusaded for when we came to this place in the first time.
It's not about a god, Dog's Body. It's never your powers, whatever strength you had, it didn't come from a god. It came from your belief in doing what was right. You've lost that, I can see that, but it's still there. You think yourself a madman, you think yourself a wounded animal that must survive, but it's not who you are. You believe in doing what is right, It's why you went back for those children. It's why you came to rescue me. It is why you care about Rose. If you wish, that man is still inside.
Can I think on this,
Of course you
please?
can. This pool will still be here, but I wanted you to see it. And she'll kind of lead you away from
Thank
the
you.
side back to the shrine. Think on it. We need you, whatever form you take. But that man is still there.
Thank you, Irina. Thank you for giving me something I haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, I'm just a bit confused up in the old noggin. But yeah, let's. I'll have a
She gets
really
up
good
on her
think.
tiptoes and just kisses you on the cheek.
Hey, what's the Maya doing?
So as you begin walking away, the only last thing I was going to say is Ismark kind of comes over and just puts a hand on your shoulder and just gives you a kind of that nod of a guy who's like a brother who's just like, good man, and just kind of gives you that kind of like nod because he's totally misread the situation. Meanwhile, the Maya, I mean, you can sense this power. You see Irina and Dog's Body kind of looking into this pool. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I
I think like
Yeah, you go.
all right. I think like feeling like the atmosphere of the place, feeling that it's like no harm can come to us here, like it's very welcoming. I think my Maya's just gonna open up her hand and go, "Stretch your legs, little ones. You'll be safe here," and just release bugs and flies into the
Oh
air.
my
so they
god.
can just-
They skitter out. A load of them like go to the edges of the edges of the pool where they like drink. Little tiny bugs like suck up a little bit of moisture and things like that. Some of like the flies go and like probably lay eggs everywhere and do things that insects do. But yeah, they just kind of fly out and go and do their buggy insect stuff.
Oh, you really
just
grossed up the
imagining, like,
ecosystem.
You know how, like, in Disney movies, like in Little Mermaid, you get like kissed a girl, and it's like
Yeah.
fireflies and romantic.
Yeah,
and I'm
fireflies
just
and
having this
stuff.
moment over
Definitely.
here
There's some
with like, and
fireflies
there's
there.
just these flies.
No, there's probably some nice bugs in there as well. It's not just gross
Yeah.
bugs. There's probably
Might be some-
fireflies and like ladybugs
There's
and
moths.
moths. Yeah, buzzing around.
Couple
I love
mosquitoes.
you. I love you.
Yes,
just- yeah.
mosquitoes.
Death
And
mosquitoes.
there's they seem almost invigorated by this water, this pool of water.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to head over and kind of like dip a finger into the pond, and where it's like this crystal clear water, like dust and dirt and I guess some speckles of blood all sort of come out from me as it kind of
It
cleans.
comes out from you,
what little
but
bit.
then it almost vanishes immediately, Maya. As soon as you place it in there, that dirt and blood just seems to vanish into nothing as it spreads out from you. If you had any conditions, by the way, you would basically, if you had any diseases, so maybe, I don't know, you can interpret this how you want. You're basically affected by the lesser restoration spell when you kind of like touch the water and you absorb some of its nutrients because you're the Maya. Normally a creature has to physically drink, but I think for the Maya, just touching it is basically the same because you don't need to eat and drink. So yeah, if you were affected by any diseases, they are cured. So maybe, I don't know, some parts of the rot or something that affect you kind of like die away and like new growth spurts, like you get like a fresher batch
Fresh
of moss
roots.
grow. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
like when I pull out that part of my body that was in the pond, like it's like fresher wood and almost the vines are now green, but that immediately just sort of gets sucked back into the rest of me and goes red and gross and horrible again. Like super
But
quickly.
it's very sweet. The water is sweet and fresh. Amazing. You feel great.
Are we all here right now?
Yeah, I believe that you all came here. So if there's anything Alvaski you want to do as well.
Rose, yes?
Yes.
And he puts his hand out and gestures towards the pond. Enjoy the pond.
It's a very nice pond. Yes.
Enjoy it like they. The trees.
You want me to touch it? I can
It's a gift.
I'll put my hand in and splash it about a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
same
very
thing. It feels
lovely.
I am
clean.
nowhere near it.
Yeah.
I asked for you to like walk up to it, but I'm staying clear of it.
You watch as Rose like puts her hand in. It feels fresh, cool, pure. Yeah, feels lovely, Rose. And then you just come pull your hand back out.
I am forbidden.
It's a very nice area. Oh, why?
It is so.
Bong, bong.
What's the time?
That is the end of morning
2.
prayers. Yeah, it's 2. No, that's the end of like the morning prayers. So that basically signifies that the prayers have ended for the morning, which is when Esmeralda said to come and meet her at the abbey.
We must go.
Nice.
The abbot.
Yes. Okay. Meyer, come, stop touching the thing.
Okay. We will be back, Pond. That's my promise.
Do you recall the bugs?
Yeah.
Hold your hands.
Come back,
to me,
small
bug.
ones.
They like go into your fingers and like hollow bits in your body, just like.
Oh God.
They are ready. We are all here.
And then, la, 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 and then the Maya comes walking back.
All are present.
You guys
Can you
make your way
never-
with
Can you
Ismark
never
and
do
Irene.
that again, please?
That's Disney
Just-
And
moment.
touch the water.
No, never mind. We have to go. Never mind.
We won't mind.
You guys make your way following a kind of winding path that heads up the hill, and at the front of these giant gates, you meet Esmeralda, who's waiting for you. More of the white-robed acolytes stand by the door, and it is opened, and you are led inside and led into a grand church. It is I've got like what's inside bit. Yeah, it'd be the main hall. Gentle, oh no, that's not going to be the case. So the ground floor is this one large 50-foot squared room with arched leaded glass windows. There is a fireplace mantle behind which is a giant golden symbol of a sun. There is also a wooden staircase that leads up. There is a wooden table that stretches the length of the room. There's all sorts of like dishware and food, items like candelabras and things neatly arranged. And sat at the end of it, seemingly having just finished maybe some food or something like that, is a very, very similar to Alvaski, this incredibly handsome young man. He looks he can't be anywhere older than sort of like early 30s. Golden hair that spills down in these kind of like luscious curls around his shoulders. This very sort of like angelic face. He looks, like this just beautiful humanoid man, almost like a painting, like one would paint like a Renaissance hero. But he's dressed in these just simple white robes with the symbol of the white sun. He clasps his hands when he sees you. And when he does speak, there's a slight sensation that his voice is almost, there's reverberance to it. That's going to be way too much, so I'm not going to do it. At last, you have come. Esmeralda, the traveler who seeks to slay monsters, told me of your encounters with the devil. And in my commune with the Morning Lord, he has bequeathed me the knowledge that you have recovered relics, weapons that can destroy the evil that has taken root in this place. Welcome. Welcome to the Abbey of St. Markovia. You may call me the Abbot, as all light souls who come here do. You have met one of my chosen Alvaski. He nods to you, Alvaski, kind of.
He'll do a grand bow, like a full 90-degree.
Yeah. And many of my acolytes here. Speaking with Esmeralda, I believe we can be of great help to one another. Strahd, the devil of Barovia. I once thought that this man could be... I believe that I could have cured him once. How foolish I was. Now, something has happened. Strahd has turned to darker powers than I thought even possible. He's building something in his castle. And I fear he seeks to escape Barovia and unleash his pain, his suffering, his evil on worlds beyond this. But you, blessed champions, creatures of the earth, and he looks at the Maya, the afflicted, the haunted, he looks at Rose. You have come, and you will destroy him. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Oh, what a banger.
Just us three?
Jeez.
Yeah. He doesn't refer to Alvaski, and he doesn't seem to pay too much attention to Irina and Ismark at this point. He kind of looks at, the Maya, Dog's Body, and Rose.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I don't know anything about Strahd's plans.
You don't know anything, Tom Hazel. Crazy. Wow.
Nope.
Building something,
Nope.
escaping. Crazy.
Zeros did. The Maya didn't.
Dead now.
But yeah. Great episode. You
What
were
a
right,
great
Katie.
episode. Holy crap.
that was a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a big
No,
thing.
I'm fine.
It was great. It was good.
Good.
Very well done. Everyone did a very, very good job today. Excellent stuff. Great RPs.
I
Big
do
RPs.
not know what to make of Alvaski yet. There's something going
Yeah.
on there, and I don't like it one bit.
No, there's
No.
nothing going on, is there, Trot? There's nothing going on.
Nothing to
Definitely.
worry
yeah.
about.
Real
Is
creepy.
it Alvaski or is it Chris Trott? Who knows?
Who knows?
Ducks
Who
to
knows?
Little of column A, little of column B.
Is it 5?
Where does one end and where does the other begin?
Ducks fly backwards. What was it? What did you even say? Do you even remember what you said?
Dead ducks don't fly backwards.
Yeah.
There you go. Bam. Love it.
I remember that one.
That's
It's going to haunt me for weeks.
Yep.
That's
He's
really
going to be
cool.
lying.
You really
He's going to
tattooed
wake
on
up in the
yourself.
middle of the night. Ah, dead ducks fly backwards.
Take him, not me. Take him, not me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if we're going to play creepy characters, Barovia is a good place to do it. So,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm
All right.
with it.
Well, tell me if there's any messages to read out. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it for the episode. We'll be back on
will-
Sunday for Rois, and then next week for more Strahd.
For sure. But first, we had a donation from the actual Strahd vampire with a generous quarter hundo,
Oh.
slowly paying back the debt that he owes me and Ree. The vampire knows where you are at all times. It knows this because it knows where you aren't by subtracting where you are from where you aren't. It flies from a position where it is to a position where it isn't. And arriving at you now, it now is.
Yeah.
Cool story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still owe us money.
Spooky.
He owes the
Mark's
muddy.
left
Remember,
note-
he owes the muddy.
Oh yeah, he owes us muddy.
It's just muddy.
The very generous Mark's left nut has donated half
Very
hundo with
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Holy
Thanks,
crap.
Nut.
Thank you.
Generous, this nut.
yeah.
He's,
Mark's
he's
left
a
nut
big,
is
he's a very
booping.
generous guy.
He's a I'm not going to say it. Growing obsession.
It's a big boy.
Growing obsession with a quarter hundo. Thank you very much. Excited to catch you guys live once again. Missed the last few streams, but couldn't bear to miss this one. Much hype for Trot's character and for our own party as well, since we're doing the final battle against Strahd tomorrow. Wish us luck. Very good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. I hope you have all the weapons you need, because I still don't think we do. We need a lot more. We need an army.
You're not going to get many more. I'm telling you that now. Like,
okay.
You guys have pretty much got all you can get. So,
rest of the nines to kill Strahd.
We're getting close. As a point, we are getting close to the end. By the way, like this, there's not too much more of this campaign left. So,
I mean, we got some mega allies. We got all the crystals back. We got a load of weapons. It's time to go. Time to Strahd it up. Varys has donated with no message. Thank you very much. Hoops Preston, has donated with, wait, Jesper is dead? Not clear skies. Definitely not clear skies. Oh, dear Lord, this Strahd campaign doing no good for my blood pressure. Sorry about that, Hoops Preston. One-Eyed Willie has donated a quarter hundo. Jesper's dead. The fuck? I just wanted to get in on Tom's dirty word hole. VOD squad for me today. There you go. I don't like this dirty word hole that everyone keeps trying to get all up in. Speaking of dirty word holes, we got a donation from Newton, and they say,
"Okay, here we go.
Maya. What do we have here? A whittle monkey man, a small paunchy boy, a person of slammage, a biscuit of nanomachines. Oh boy, oh no!" And that's it. Fucking hell. New Alex has donated.
They get weirder every week.
Yeah. New Alex has donated with great stuff as usual. Poor Rose. She's now got a werewolf, the Maya, Ismark of the Opera, Strahd's reincarnated beloved, and now a monk with the intelligence score of a cheese sandwich. Oh, yes. And she's being hassled by a vampire cat in her sleep.
Yeah.
Cheese sandwich.
Rose.
I love that.
Oh god, that scene is so cool.
Oh, so good.
Oh good god. Newton, but singing Africa. It's going to take a lot to drag Strahd away from you. My donos hurt your brain more than Strahd could ever do. I bless the mist down in Barovia. And there's a bit more, but for the
amazing. I love it. It's a big song.
It's awesome.
Also, Newton Big Butt Poo Poo Pee Pee has
So stupid.
Do you realize how powerful money is when Tom is willing to say such strange things for $1? You're right, I'm going to have to increase the numbers. If I spread my 2,000 over $1 donos, I could expand the stream and the dongs of many for hours. Look at Tom. He can't stop saying the words. They just spew forth.
We need to increase that to an amount for you to read them out, because this is getting ridiculous.
The Black Flame donated with such a great episode of Curse of Strahd. We got Creepy Maya, even creepier Oblivion NPC Trot, Vampire Cat, and the Dog's Body Irina ship. 10 out of 10. There we go. And we also had some gifted subs, 15 gifted subs from Colo Man.
Wow. Thank you.
Colo Man.
Yeah,
Good
gifted
guy.
15 subs. Thank you very much for all of those donations.
Amazing.
And messages. Less so for you, Newton, but thank you, everyone else.
That's it. Thanks very much, everybody. We will be back, like I said, on Sunday for Rois. It's gonna be a good one, I reckon. We're going to set up a bunch of cool stuff. I think it's going to be one of those ones with lots of RP, catching up on stuff that's been going down. And then next week we'll be back for Curse of Strahd. So we'll see you then.
Excellent.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.